Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Okay.
Everyone doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, how are we doing? We got a full moon coming.
Oh, yeah.
Energies. My daughter's popping behind me.
Jesus.
All right, just give me 1 second.
Oh.
All right, we're getting settled in. I think I have one more person, but it's fine. So how's all the energies going?
Ooh, it's a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot, and it's quickly changing.
Oh, it's like rapid.
Yeah.
So this moon seems a very big disturbance, but some people are going to be pooking really high. It depends on what aspect you're channeling, is what I
Sure.
at the moment.
And
So
that can change. So whatever you're like channeling at the moment, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, look, this energy came in. You're like, what the f is that?
yeah, pretty much like my advice during full moons is I stay clear from people.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And I kind of do my own thing because sometimes the frequencies affect everyone differently. So it's actually, in a sense, it's done on purpose. According to my Galactic Council, the moon is artificial. So, yeah.
Well, it's fun.
Yeah. So
So
I
much
was
fun.
I was processing with that information probably about like 8 years ago. Probably about 9 years ago. Yeah. So there's different frequencies that will come in during this time. It can either be like you're pooking really high or you're feeling in a totally different anger, aggressive things coming up. It depends. But we're going through a lot of astrology shifts as it is, and there's a lot of shifts that are going on. So if I was going to say what needs to come to the surface is going to come to the surface right now to be cleared. Yeah, in the etheric templates. So we are going through a template wipe during this time. If you want to call it that, a purification. It depends on where everybody is on their ascension process. All right. So I do have something
what I have going on tonight. So
yeah.
like literally right after this, I'm doing a purging activation with a bunch of other people.
Oh, you are? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I highly recommend so I recommend lots of sage. There's this lavender frequency is really nice. Selenite is another crystal. Definitely get big pieces of selenite. I was using I'm a little bit different of a woman. I use fans. So I get fans and I do energy bending. So I literally use energy bending and I use different types of tools, and I was using the fan to just like fling, kind of clear the energy and clear the field. And this comes from a samurai aspect of mine, like a multi-dimensional aspect. So you can use fans. You know how like you can dance like Kuan Yin and channel the Kuan Yin? Well, you can use fans in the White Terra. So these are different frequencies and it's energy bending, different types of energy bending that you can use. So I use fans and different types of, you can use staffs for energy bending.
Right.
And you can use hands. A lot of people, will do light language.
I use hands and body movement.
Yeah. So that's different. Those are different types of techniques, and you can tap into your muscle memory. So it depends. You can do more of, if I was going to say an energy dance, or you can go into different types of martial arts, but you're channeling. So everything is channeling. So you want to do chi arts. Right. And you can use it to clear your field. And those for you, all of you guys have light language. And I just want to tell you, especially for everybody here, everyone can access the universal cosmic energy in itself. So what you want to do is you want to bring it through the top of your crown, and you want to anchor it in through your field, activate and bring on your light codes. You want to activate your higher heart chakra. Okay, expand your heart chakra, and you should be able to dance, put on some music, and start bringing in your higher self to start clearing your field. And you can move your hands different directions and start activating and clear your field. Yeah, and you should be able to use snapping, different techniques. You can go connect to the galactic central sun through your heart center. There's different suns, by the way, in different points, and you can do it through your third eye too as well. Okay. So
Yeah.
what is your name? You're Kate. Okay, so you're Kate. Okay, so
I was
awesome.
DJ. I was
Okay, so you're like a
channeled or like
you're Neo waking up, basically. How long have
what?
you been awake for? You're Neo. You're like me,
Yeah,
like a Neo.
yeah.
I call it a Neo waking up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you channel. It's like the download comes in through the
I just
back of
come
the neck.
through. Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
okay, cool. Got it. Done.
And that's how I started when I was turned on in 2012. No, 2013. I'm sorry. I was completely turned on. I was speaking different language, and I was doing like martial arts and all kinds of different. I was picking up like these weapons, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And like channeling this Russian, this one, I have a higher aspect. It looks like a Russian anyways, but some type of Russian combat woman that I was like, oh, wait a minute, I know you. It's from somewhere, but it's like a multi-dimensional aspect of mine. So that's where you'll be channeling, but that's what I do. So it's of course I learned how to tone it down. So I bring in Kuan Yin, and I'll say, okay, Kuan Yin, I need you to tone this down, because I'll have like different samurai and different I have a protector that's a guardian that comes in, and he's very masculine. So kind of seems like an avatar in a sense, the way the face is, but he's badass. That's it. So if you start channeling your multidimensional aspects, and this is when you get to kind of like up to the oversoul point if you want to, because we're multidimensional, so you should be able to learn how to channel your multidimensional aspects of yourself. Okay, and you have to know that this is what we're returning to.
Yeah.
All right, so don't second guess yourself at all if this what comes in. Now I don't want to say channeling, because channeling is the wrong word. You're connecting to a frequency. So, and I want to say this to make it clear that I always, even everyone that I do, that I train as healers or activate as the light language, you want to only connect to the frequency, and you never pull something, never have a being should never walk into you, first of all. So if a being ever asks that, then you pretty much know, you need to say, yeah, okay. This is where you have to start paying attention. But the bizarre part is when you actually get to a certain level of the oversoul, called the oversouls, and you start integrating different multidimensional aspects of you, it could feel, it can feel like, okay, it's you, but it's kind of like you're taking all your energy bodies and you're putting them back together from different dimensions of different space and times, if that makes sense. So you're kind of collecting all your soul fragment pieces, and you're kind of merging everything and integrating everything into one. Okay. All right. I don't think Emily's not here. So, okay. So I'm going to get started. I was kind of waiting for her to pop on, but she's not on yet. So I'm going to start. So today, this is what has come through. The reason why I think I'm going to do this a few times. So I know I'm having a lot of people, things come up. Okay, let's say the collective. Okay, because we're a collective of ladies that are here today. Okay, the divine feminine, the woman power, right? I have a lot of collectives coming up right now as far as soul contracts go. What are soul contracts? What are divine unions? What are karmic traps? Now, we can call them traps, but you can call them karmic soul contracts. Okay? Everyone in a sense here is on their evolution process, if you want to say. I'm going to explain it a little bit deeper to you. on a different level. The way I was processed is a lot different than other spiritual communities. Okay. Now, a lot of us got stuck into a karmic cycle. Okay. There's also soul splits. There was a point in time, and this is the reason why a lot of us have come back into. So either you have been stuck into an incarnated cycle of a rehab, if you want to say at this point. Okay, because that's actually what it is in a sense, and that's the reason why the reflection in the mirror image, the reason why everyone is a reflection for you to pull things up, right? Or you can call it an activation. A lot of us, and we call them the lost souls of Terra. Okay, there's different names for different times. Got stuck into a karmic cycle, and also their energy bodies were split. Okay, this is another. There's also volunteers that did come in here. That's where the star seeds. You have the indigo type 1, type 2, type 3. There's other races too that have come in here as far as volunteers to help and assist in releasing you, our family, the groups, in a sense, the planet out of the karmic cycles. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm going to explain this to you is because I'm not going to fake the knowledge that I know. Okay. And give the illusion, if you want to say. So this is where we're going to go into twin flames and to soul contracts. Okay. What are soul contracts? What are karmic contracts? Okay. Also, what are karmic traps? Okay. You have to understand that there's different dimensional beings too that are always at play here. Different aspects of yourself too. To me, okay, they can say the aspect of it, but I think it's more, the way I look at things, it's kind of more of the super quantum computer system in itself. So it's kind of like the fourth dimensional and the third dimensional is more of like a distorted virus running, if you can catch with me for a minute, okay? Which can create an entity, yeah, in itself, if you want to say. Okay, so I'm going to go into the twin flame unions and to the contracts. Most of the twin flames that did come in here have certain DNA strands. You can say they're twin flames, but they're sacred unions. They're cut from the same cloth. You can have clusters, and this is where you can have different soul groups. Okay. And I just want to go into this so you guys have it. I want you to have just an understanding of where I'm going to be going with this just for a second. Okay. The true twin flames, and if I'm going to say this as far as the energetics on an energetic level, came in here to set a template for consciousness. It is pure heart consciousness, and it really is. Okay. It is one of the highest levels, and it is one of the highest gifts. The only thing is that the 3D and the 4D distortions cannot see that. So that's where you have people fighting at each other's necks. Okay. Some twin flames, they say that they'll sit there and battle each other if you, whatever they want to, BS, I call it. Okay. And I'll tell you this, because, and the reason why I say that is because I was trained on certain levels as far as what a sacred union is, what a divine union is, on an energetic level with a very advanced being that I spent about 10,000 years with on this planet at one point, and he would go off planet, or it's a neutral being. It's not really, if you want to say, kind of like experimental, if you want to say, and he would go to different locations, and this is when the gates were open, certain memories. So it's just trying to explain to me, okay, so this is what it has to be, is that if all of us, per se, if your sacred union and you and your relationships, if you guys could kind of strip down all the layers of your fourth dimensional and three-dimensional belief systems in itself, okay, we'll just go into different dimensions. You want to wipe your dimensions and wipe the templates too, okay? If you could do that and come together as one, you could shift the planet. And this is a heart-to-heart connection, okay? Yeah. Not many were online. Some are caused to be separated on purpose. It depends on what they came in here for. Yeah, some of the, I'm going to say this because I just want some of the most advanced teachings, like my teachings, you can end up having with a higher self spouse from a different planetary system, if you want to say, that could probably teach you a lot better than a human could. Okay, as far as, and help you get to, and when I tell you this, help you actually get to the level and to clear and purge everything out of you just by sitting in a meditation with this advanced being, because you have multidimensional aspects of yourself. And I'm going to go into this for a second, because you have multidimensional aspects of yourself. Your higher selves have royal marriages. It could be on different star systems. That's not always the case. Okay, it depends. It just depends on on where you're at. Okay, where is your perception also of your reality? Okay, if you're open, if you're able to channel, it all depends on the setting. Your I know your twin flames also could be like your pets. They, they could be, they can be these, it's really, it's not a joke. It's like I keep trying, it's like
like a heart activation with my dog, you know,
like it could be, these are soul contracts, okay? Or let's say oh come
my
on,
dog
yeah,
and
that
I
is
are
pretty
going to
funny.
change
So
the
like
world
your
together.
husband
I
from
pet him
a
and he
different
opens
star
up
system
the heart
integrates into
chakra.
your dog. I'm saying hi, honey, I'm here. You know, like these are different soul contracts. Soul, they're all different types of contracts, right? They could be your best friends. They could be your children too. So these are
all
just
children contracts of some sort, like most of the
these
time.
are different, yeah, these are different things just to be aware of, okay, ladies? We probably, okay. So let's go through and let's introduce ourselves real quick, and then I'm going to start with your questions. I'm going to each do individually a reading for you guys on any questions that you have. Okay. So I know we have Kate, and if you guys want, you can just introduce yourself on my live show and go one at a time. Whoever wants to go next.
I guess
could
I'll
be
go.
Okay.
Since I'm already unmuted and I'm already butting in. Yeah, I'm Kate, Kate Auden, also known as DJ Miko, depending on who you are. So,
Awesome.
you read me as having many faces. I've had many faces in this lifetime alone.
Oh yeah.
As well as many others, but yeah, no, I carry on that many faces, many faces, many faces. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm, yeah, I just currently, I guess I really came into my real like big activation about this time last year, and have been going through like an awakening transformation that I kept putting on the back burner. Every time I would start to be awakened earlier in life, I'd be like, oh, look, a butterfly. I think my higher selves and my soul group wasn't too happy about that for a while, but yeah, I just went through a lot of rapid transformation. So I mean, just in the past 3 months, especially, just went through a massive heart activation and some other activations. I randomly came into just DNA clearing on accident, kind of playing around, cleared my DNA completely and then cleared someone else's and was like, okay, I guess I can do this. Just like cleared and activated DNA, activated all the chakras, and then watched Dark Night of the Souls happen. Because, you know, I was like, yeah, what could be the problem if I just like totally clear out someone's DNA of all their trauma? Oh, they stop resonating with their lives and everything in them. So they go into a Dark Night of Souls. So I've slowed that down a little bit. So, but I'm now moving into my energy work, some consciousness coaching, working with divine feminines. And that divine feminine energy is the thing that I've really, really stepped into. That's the thing that's really, I realized that's what I was coming into and being called in for, that balancing structure. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Definitely. You're more of a weight. You're going to be a way shower for the divine feminine.
I hope so.
More as a neutral being that's able to anchor in the masculine and the feminine all at the same time, because you definitely have more masculine higher self. Just want you to know.
Yeah. Oh, I channeled those masculines really, really early on, and then like moved in. My daughter, when I had my daughter, started this feminine activation, which started balancing things, which was really strange, and then started, you know, I've been just swirling around the energies, always very androgynous in everything, always balancing between the two. I could go either way at all times.
Yeah, no, it's the that's what I see. And the best thing for everyone, even for the males that are any male men that are watching, is balance your masculine and your feminine energy first. Definitely work on that, and getting that into a complete balance, anchoring in your god and your goddess within yourself. And that's what I do. It's one of my teachings, and I will be teaching it. The fundamentals of the law of 1-2 are pretty much ingrained in me since I woke up. Pretty much, if I was going to say anchoring in, yeah, in a sense, like you have your god on this side and your goddess is over here. And I will be doing the teaching of returning to your creator self, returning to your universal creator self, returning to the God self. Okay. So, and I think it's just very important. So I always say returning to the God and the goddess self within. So you want to bring everything to a neutral balance, but there is a lot of there's a lot of clearing distortions and belief systems, or you just pop it right on. It depends.
I don't know, sometimes it's both.
Yeah, you can do both at the same time. Yeah. All right, so I know we have Susie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, thank you. So I guess I went through a spiritual crisis about 12 years ago after my grandmother passed away. I was born and raised Catholic, and after she passed, there was this part of me that just questioned everything. And I really just wanted to know what else is out there, because I felt like religion wasn't answering all of the questions that I had coming up at that point. So it's been, I guess, a spiritual journey ever since then.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you brought up the divine feminine, because I feel like for the past year that's kind of popped up in my life at different points. So that's something that I would really like to explore more of.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we definitely, that's like a huge topic in itself, the divine feminine. That's actually like that would take like hours of conversation. There's a lot of clearing distortions and bringing that fully online. Yeah, there's you can, okay, so I'm going to tell you my experience with the divine feminine, because when I woke up I was so masculine in itself. Okay, like I had my higher aspects are more masculine neutral beings. So the Sophia came for me. If you want to the Christed Sophia. So I started channeling her, if you want to say channeling, but this is when I could telepathically hear through my heart center. That was like the beginning process of it. Okay. So the Sophia frequency came in right through my heart, and that was pretty much it. Like that's what kind of bursted everything open. So if I was going to say to do activations, definitely look into the Crystal Sophia, look into this, bringing in the Sophia. Sophia is a multidimensional aspect of source in itself and all creation. So there's all different types of multidimensional aspects of source, okay, which I channel all. I pretty much go through the morphing into all different aspects of source. So the Sophia is definitely a frequency. Okay. All right, so I know we have Rasha, Halmia, but I call her Rasha. How do you say it? I always do Halima, but they say I call you Rasha because that's what your Lyran's call you. So it's like,
Is
it's
it one of my?
Rasha.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely one of your
Higher self.
one of your higher selves. I told you your higher self is it looks like Lyran. It looks like a jaguar.
Yes,
So
a
it
green
literally looks
jaguar.
like a jaguar. So it's really cool, and it's definitely, yeah, that's you have the green jaguar, but this one has different types of prints, and it's definitely more masculine. So it's your higher self, and it comes in, has all its jewelry, its dressings on, is what I say. Those little garments. Okay, so I lost Becky. I don't know where she went to. All right, so I'm going to start right now. I'm going to start with Kate, and I'm going to bring her counsel in, and let's do some, whatever comes through comes through. So this can come through as a DNA activation for whatever it is, a clearing DNA activation, or I could start channeling. Okay, and when I say channeling my writing, which I had it for Emily. Emily, if you are watching, I have your transmission already. So let's start with Kate, and I'm going to focus in. And what questions do you have as far as the focus for soul contracts?
Two questions, I guess. Right now I am focusing on this energy of purging. So I want to make sure that I'm clearing out anything that needs to come up into the light, any contracts that I'm not seeing, or places that I need to cleanse, or whatnot, things that I need to focus on for my purging tonight. That's really important to me. The other aspect is that I have been inundated with this twin flame journey, and I really just need whatever direct messages I can get for that, because that's been a big distracting heavy load. They like really prepared me for what I didn't realize was a heart activation until it happened, and then that's when they really came in, and it activated everything, and it brought me to you, and it just everything's been crazy since then. And yeah, and then here recently, like in the past few days especially, it feels like I keep getting these cross energies, and now I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. I'm just trying to focus. So if they could bring me a little bit of the focus, or give me messages about that part of my journey, since I'm trying to help others on that, just clarity about that in general.
Okay, so this is Okay, so first of all, one of your highest contracts is your child. One of your highest contracts is your soul contract to your
Two.
child.
So which one? My daughter or my son?
No, it's the daughter. It's one of your highest contracts. Okay. I knew that. Okay. Anyways, they're all high contracts, but I want to go into, you have more of a guardianship role for her in this incarnation. Okay. Not saying that the son is any different, but this is more of your highest contract is, yeah, exactly. It's in the way that your council is actually saying, because you have really high angelics, is trying to give you the picture that this is more, if you want to say your sacred union, this is a twin flame. This is a learning experience. Your daughter has high contracts here in the sense of the evolution of this planet. It's also important that your children stay awake. And when we say awake, as far as learning their abilities, is keeping their abilities completely on, keeping them in tune with different types of, it could be celestial energies, cosmic energies. You have to clear, you have to clear unconsciousness belief systems of parenting. Okay. This is for when you're going to have to go and look within at different belief systems of different frequencies. Let's say, okay, if I'm going to say this is a holographic reality, and let me just break it down for you real quick, maybe so you can see something. Okay. This is a holographic reality in itself. This is let's say this is like the supercomputer of the mega computer. Okay. We're each individual super quantum computers in itself. When they say clearing, because this is just how I look at it, okay, at this point, everything you've ever received and frequencies has been, let's say, put into your quantum computer system in itself. Okay, so when they say that you have to clear these distortions, you literally have to clear the programs. Okay, so you want to clear other people's beliefs and frequencies. It's not you. It's not who you are. It's literally things you've watched, society, culture, okay, etc., TV, everything, the way that you were raised. That's why they sit there and say, the generation goes in generation to generation, okay? So you're literally going to, what your higher self is saying, you have to wipe everything you've ever even known about parenting, and you need to you want to bring in the highest, purest frequency of divine love and nurturing in every single moment with them, the highest respect and honor for them. Okay, these children are older than us. These children were here to bring us out of our boxes. These children are the future. We're only the beginning wave. Okay. And that's the reason why one of your highest contracts is her, because I feel like she was the beginning process of you coming out of your box. She also is the beginning, like a guide. Okay, she's not genetically, the soul is not genetically, it's yours. You are a guardian. It's kind of like you are, in a sense, the protector that she fulfills her standing roles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The brother, the boy has a totally different contract. He's like sugar coats and rainbows. Like he's more of the rainbow child. Like, like it's not okay. That's the way that I see is that he's just like the flower child, and that's something for him definitely to keep and nurture. And you can teach him about being the masculine and the divine feminine all at the same time without certain belief systems getting in the way. And I think you would do that really well, because you have more masculine than you do feminine, but you want to bring it to a balance in order to teach.
Mhm.
To teach them, help them, guide them, but they're going to end up teaching you in the long run.
Right.
Okay, so the reason why they're saying that your daughter is more of this mirror reflection is that you guys have, yeah, you have different contracts you guys need to clear. Okay, you guys have certain distortions from different lifetimes that you need to, that you have to clear too. So it's a good mirror reflection to bring everything up that needs to come to the surface, but I don't call it that. I call it more, you want to call it an activation in itself. Okay, so you want to look at it as the activation that's coming in. She came in to actually help start activating your DNA strands. Okay, every single, any parent that's on here, they literally will activate you. They're the ones that will usually start at least with your 12 strands.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we're going to go into this other one. All right, fine. We're going to be blunt about it. we're going to go into the Pacific contract that you are going through right now. The twin flame, if you want to say. Okay. This is, okay, fine. I am. Okay. So trying to explain this to you. This is a karmic soul contract, number one. Okay. I have to explain this, what karmic traps are, so you have an understanding. When Galactics call it traps, and call it karmic soul contracts, whatever you guys want to. Okay. Very important that you know the difference between a 3D and a 4D relationship, and that you know what a heart-to-heart connection is. Okay. The reason why at this point they call it the traps, okay, is because you could have other multidimensional aspects that are sitting there just riding on you guys distortions. And why I want to say this is that anything that has to do with pain and suffering is a karmic trap. Any relationship that is a looping relationship of pain and suffering and anger and fighting and all of that, narcissistic behavior, abusive behavior, any type of mental behavior, how would you know? A lot of us are programmed that with it, it's okay, because a lot of between our parenting upbringings, not all of us, and then also what we're programmed with on television. Okay.
Absolutely.
It's very, very, very true. I realized a lot of what I even thought a relationship was belief systems from my childhood, but also things that I watched on television that was like beyond horrible.
Absolutely.
That's
a lot of
that I was like, the only reason why I think it's like, I know they call it's done on purpose to keep us in lower frequencies.
Right.
I'm sorry, but
because we're supposed to be passionate and supposed to hurt.
Everyone has their own observations, but we are, yeah. So this is where you have to go through these realizations where you go, okay, it's drilled into me by my higher galactic selves saying, you need to start paying attention to what traps are, girl. And these are the Lyran. My Lyran councils have been trying to tell me this. They're like, there's other beings that are into play here. So anything that has to do, and this is where I will be knocking the belief systems of the whole twin flame community, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay. What are you feeding into? What system are you feeding into when you are in these contracts and you're staying in these looping contracts over and over again?
Yeah, no, I won't do
And
that. That's the whole point.
Okay. So
I was like, no.
Like me, if you'll like me, and if you're really good at reading, I literally will go, I'll walk the other direction, because I've been too awake and I've been seeing literally, I could see everything
I did.
like
I
for years, literally playing out in front of my face like a freaking movie. So if you think you can get over anything in front of me, you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
So for my experience, And what I say is that I will just wait patiently, even if I'm 50 years old, and clear myself and focus in on my ascension process
Right.
until I can find that God goddess for me, because this person's definitely going to have some feminine energy to balance me out. But
Right.
yeah, I'm a goddess. That's what I say. I was like, not like it doesn't matter what it is, but I was like, for sure, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna have to be that goddess energy. It's like he's definitely gonna have a little bit of something else in order to balance me out, and that's just
Right.
me. But it's divine love.
Right.
Okay, the true, and I just want to explain this to you. So anything that is in a soul contract, that's why they call it karmic, because you're still you're in a matrix system, mirror image reflection phase, okay, where you can't communicate with your higher self enough, that you have to sit there and you have to go through all these lessons in order for you to start looking within. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's
So
why I'm doing the whole purging. I mean, that's the whole deal with the divine feminine, is going inward, is inner union. So that's like all I'm focused on, which is
yeah,
why just being awakened to the twin flame journey, because that was something that was brought to me through, my own higher selves and guides and beings. That was just like, because I was very closed off. My heart was completely closed off, and they were like, "You can't do that."
majority
In order to
of
get to
us
the next
are,
level, you
though.
have to open that. So
Yeah, majority of us are, and I'm
yeah,
going to tell you this. I can feel the chakra system. I can, to the point that the only reason why my heart might shut down now is that I can feel the way that we speak to each other, and it could be someone across the room from me and their heart is shutting down, and I can feel the pain going through their heart. My heart shuts down, everybody's heart shuts down. So what people don't understand is that if you can't feel your chakra system at all, if you can't feel the expansion and the contraction, okay, this is something you want to bring back online. I don't think anybody's heart is purely 100% open until you can actually feel the person's energetic system that is standing next to you in the next room,
yeah.
okay, or your partner, okay.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's the thing.
I
Get
truly,
away
to
from
even
people.
know that we have a chakra system, to remember this is something that we used to be able to feel. We don't feel anymore. Every single person that is fluctuating, I'm sorry, at a 3D or 4D, majority of your heart is going to be closed. If you look at all the belief systems from childhood, even if your parents were awesome, right, and great and nurturing and loving, but there's certain belief systems that will knock the heart chakra down right away. Certain timeouts and spankings, right there. As soon as you strike a child, that's it. Seriously, their heart shuts down. So you need to think about, don't be sad because your heart, don't ever think there's anything wrong with you, because literally the heart is boom shut down at a very young age because of certain belief systems. This is my observation of me just being who I am in my more of my advanced being that wants to just for you just to understand. You're opening your heart back up. One of the beginning stages of you opening your heart back up is you become an empath. Okay, so
I've
you
been
start
an
becoming
empath for a very, very long time. This was a
yeah,
whole new different kind of like activation. It was like, I
yeah,
am an empath. I can feel everyone's energy. In fact, the person that did it was the only person, for whatever reason, was invisible to me. I could not ever know. I always know where everyone is. Like in my vicinity, I can feel people's energy. If somebody walks into the room, if anything, like I understand what's going on with everyone. And for whatever, completely invisible. Wouldn't know when they were coming. Wouldn't know if they were behind me, which never happened. Super weird. And whatever this activation did, I literally felt the melting of things that I didn't know were there. It was a very, very higher level melting away of things that opened up this energetic healing space that just turned into just a vortex that I didn't have to go through certain clearings that I was working on clearing. All of a sudden things were just cleared because I had allowed it and I was prepared beforehand, although I didn't want to be, but I had to say it verbally. I had to like agree, and I didn't know what I was agreeing to. And that they worked on me really hard before it happened. They're like, you have to be open to this. And I was like, whatever. Kind of, because I'm one of those screaming types. But yeah, this activation now opened up an immense amount of my powers, opened up my ability to channel. It was the gateway that like opened up, like, I mean, I've always been able to use
There's
energy.
a Stargate.
Yeah.
There's a Stargate there. It's a whole crystal chamber Stargate. If you can see through the eventually, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that everybody will see at least through the 7th dimension like I do, but you should be able to see the whole crystal structure. The power is in the heart. If you want to turn on your process, you want to keep your heart completely open. You want to work on your heart center. You want to work, there's a Stargate, there's a whole chamber here. And that's the ignition to your light body, which is the Merkaba vehicle in itself. Okay. And that's where you'll start doing the constructions, and there's a deconstruction and construction of this area. So this right here, and I always tell people, I was like, you do your inner work, look within. Granted, the next thing I'm going to say, your higher self wants you to know you are doing amazing. Okay.
Oh.
You're doing very well, but as far as the contract that you keep going through, and they are saying that you are looping in this, well, most like it's going to be clearing and ending soon. You are going to attract more heart-to-heart connections. Okay, so please be open to this. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Focus
And I know the
focus
contract
on your children is another thing that's coming through.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself, your evolution process. Find the twin flame within yourself first.
Right.
Bring in yourself. You have to find your 100% divine love for yourself first.
Right.
Activate the twin. You can do it yourself. Activate the twin flame union within you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really important. This is one of my biggest empowerment teachings for women, is that find your divinity and your divine love within yourself first. Break out of the phantom matrix system. Start learning about what Jehovah's seals are, what tags are, what is actually, what wake up and what is actually going on here. Okay,
right.
What are traps? What are karmic traps?
Well, anything
if you are in any
out
type
of getting your love from someone else instead of within, the whole point is that you have to come into the only way twin flames can come together, especially two that are just meant for that contract, is that you have to come into your perfect balance. So that's what I'm working on purging, but you have to come into that balance because it is about one being half being in balance, the second being in balance, and then when you merge those together, it becomes the circular trinity of that, whole being able, or else you can't, you'll bump into one another and just, it doesn't work. You see your reflection. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to love them because they're just you.
Exactly. So it's in, you want to find it, you want to open the heart, you want to find your divine love for yourself first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing I'm going to say, and this is coming from the higher, if you want to say, okay, if you are in a relationship that has pain and suffering, okay, and certain abuse that you just take, and it's on both ends, because there's two sides to play here. Okay, you attract your own frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're still stuck in your mirror loop where you're just going to attract the same thing over and over again. So you need to go within and look within. If you are still in this, you are in a karmic trap and you are in a pain.
I'm not. I just ended a really
so
long
beginning
of Saturn. I moved through that and then activated. I'm coming through the end of that karmic cycle. And then that same karmic cycle came in front of me. I was tested and I went, nope, peace.
Yeah.
And
so you have to,
I was like,
you have to sit there and You have to see your whole, it isn't, it could be anything. It could be a majority of soul group, a whole soul group that has you in a looping karmic trap. It could be your family. It could, it could be any of those things.
Yeah.
Okay. It's feeding into, it literally is feeding into a system. It's like into different aspects. So these are things that I want people to be consciously aware of. All right, so I'm going to move on. Kate, I love you. Hopefully I'll be able to work with you later on. Oh yeah, thank you. Okay, so and a suggestion came through from your higher council, because you have different god aspects that are coming in, okay? Yeah, Freya is actually really, Freya is a Nordic goddess. Oh, I'm sorry, Freya. Okay, you have Nordics that are also coming in for you. Okay, Valkyries, yeah, different Valkyries. So a suggestion is to help you bring the twin unity within yourself and the divine feminine within yourself. Okay, get a deity of a god and a goddess and start working with them, whoever that you choose. This is what I teach in some of my classes or courses. Okay, start working with them, build an altar for purchase for yourself, create an altar, crystal altar, put some flowers, whatever it is that you feel like, and start working with 2 different deities. That way you can, it's kind of like asking for the assistance for them to help you, and anchoring in the god and the goddess within. You want to anchor in the god and the goddess. The twin flame to me is the god and the goddess together, that unity. And it's such such an interesting initiation in itself. Once you get there and you start realizing that your multi-dimensional aspects are gods. Whoa, it's coming in on the side. So it
sounds super normal to me.
so thank you. Many blessings to you. For the full moon and everyone else. Love you. Okay, well, I'm gonna move to Susie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay.
I've been
All
kind of
right.
anxious the past couple days. I think I'd like to know what contracts are taking a prominent role in my life right now, and or if there are ones that I should be paying more attention to. And I'd like to know, because I'm a little unclear about, I guess, my career aspect right now. Is there any suggestions that my higher selves have for me as to how to fulfill my role as a healer?
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Shafi, Antino, 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 fucking do Shafonti ana konti ana kaki ke shitri fan cheka ana ka shatara fonti ana koti na ti ana kan tara fan to kuni ke shakati ke shakati ndo koti na kanti ko ta kana ka shakata. Okay, so all right, so you have a council of 12 that's coming in. These are feline humanoids, Elohim, that are coming in to speak for you. Okay, so they're like guardians, if you want to say, that are coming in and it's observation. They look like feline humanoids. Okay, so you have 2 soul contracts. 2 of them are men. Okay. They're karmic soul contracts that are going to be ending. Now, I'm not saying this is like, I'm going into exactly what they're saying. Okay. there's 2 soul contracts to men that fluctuate in lower frequencies. That are karmic traps that they're going to be getting you out of. Okay, this is your family talking.
Okay.
Okay, so it is in your, this is star family. Now there's different ones that are coming in here. Okay, because I see like a long ancestor. I see like multidimensional aspects of you as like medicine woman. And then I see, so it's kind of like I'm kind of like looking at the multidimensional image of you. Okay, but they're karmic soul contracts and karmic traps that keep you in a lower frequency. Now, like what I say is, you have to understand that everyone goes through, you have to still look within, okay, and realize that somewhere along the lines, if you can look all the way in this incarnation of why you attract this frequency in itself. We don't want to play, you don't want to play the blame game. You always want to take full responsibility, right? But you want to look within enough to see, why do I attract this frequency within myself? Why do I attract these soul contracts? What is it that I need to learn? Because we're here for a learning experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they said they said that you know exactly who they're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
And you pretty much know that these contracts are coming to an end. Okay. Yeah, one of your higher selves says that you need to start learning the fundamentals of spiritual principles. Okay. That way you can recognize it in other contracts that are, and what I'm trying to, I'm think it is, thank you, yeah. Okay. You want to be consciously aware of, number one, finding within yourself the highest honor and respect for yourself first. Okay. That way, when you have a contract that comes in, you want it to match the way you feel about yourself. You deserve the highest honor and the highest respect. You deserve to be treated like a goddess and nothing else less, is what they're saying, or queen, whatever it is that you want to say it. You have a very pure heart and your heart is very open. These are actually lessons from a karmic past life that is kind of filtering in. So this is, when they say it's karmic, it is the karmic loop. You have to find the divine love within yourself to be able to see your self-worth and who you are, is what they're explaining. And they're pretty much going into deepness of this, is that if you can find this within yourself in your highest integrity, then they want you to be able to recognize it in a soul contract that could end up coming to you. Let's say it could be a higher vibrational contract, or it could be a soul contract you don't want to take. You don't want to fall into that loop again, right? And you see, this person doesn't have high honor for me, right? Is what they're trying to explain. You want to be able to recognize it. The trueness of recognizing it is to find it within yourself first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be stepping into a new passageway. You already are a healer. Your high self is really funny. Is explained, this is more the masculine, explains that's the reason why you're just a moth to a flame, like, different, different contracts of people, of like, you need to be careful of energy vampires. Okay, that's fine. You need to know when people are pulling off of you, okay, and taking too much from you, right? Because you already are a healer and you have this beautiful light around you. Okay, is that you don't know how to set boundaries, is what they're explaining. Okay, so you're already a healer. The healing process and opening up the door is definitely, number one, finding confidence within yourself. We're going to go to your career just for a second. You obviously, yeah, you already you what they're explaining is your contract with your career is up. Start learning how to consciously create in order to bring a higher career, something that you enjoy. Okay, look within for a minute, write this down, because what do you want to do? Honestly, don't look at money, please. Take the money and the finances and set that aside. Okay, what is it? What is your passion? What do you want to do? Okay, what career do you want to do? Obviously, you know you're not obviously we know this because you know this contract is about to be done with your career. What is it that you really want? Start looking within to see. And that can do some meditation. You know, you can do it in meditation. You want to start consciously creating. Don't look at the obstacles. Okay, so you can write it down. This is what I want to do. It could be 3 or 4 things. That's fine. You know, we're multidimensional. You can do it. Okay, you can put obstacles on the other side. Draw a line. What is it going to take for you to get here? What can you do to bulldoze through these timelines and through these obstacles? Okay,
Okay.
of being able to do it. You want to pursue healing. What kind of healing do you want to do? You have a great medicine alchemist, multidimensional self, medicine woman standing in front of me. That is a multidimensional aspect of you. Okay, what is your passion? Go get some herbs. Start playing with them. Feel the energies of them. Start making teas. I mean, don't be like me and start doing potions. I got in trouble. I was like, I remember how to do things. It's just funny. So you want to start getting crystals. You want to go into some type of medicine. Okay, it can figure out what healing modalities you want to do. You want to be a light language healer. You can do it hands on. That to me is awesome and amazing. You want to do quantum healing, different healing modalities. You want to do Reiki? Do you want to go into I always hands down at this point, all of my clients that I work with, as far as any type of training, I always recommend shaman teachings to them. It will teach you so many things as far as remembering that because you're remembering your ancient memories, and I'm a firm believer of intuitive healing, learning how to pull in your multidimensional aspects of who you are in order to do intuitive healing. I was taught only by my higher selves, and that was it. It was pretty much the intuitive knowing of how to do things. Yeah, you're actually going to work really well with crystals and different types of herbalism. Tinctures is what I see. Okay. I do see quantum healing for you. It's kind of like I see a whole collaboration, because the reason why I like doing journeys, and I take all my classes on a journey through their stargates. I'm teaching them how to work through their stargates. This is ancient teachings through the heart center. And it's the same thing as shamanism. It's basically, you can go through your multidimensional selves and you can start clearing and getting soul fragment pieces back. There's so many teachings. So beyond that, there's all kinds of other stuff too that I've tapped into where I was like, but that's one of the biggest, is why I always tell people, please explore that, because it has so many teachings as far as learning how to walk between time and space in different ways. And it's so much healing and so many different levels and different techniques and different all different types of energy medicine and different celestial beings. And it's fascinating. So I like teaching it. I always highly recommend that too. Okay. Okay, so your higher self is explaining that when they say you have a new doorway, a new passageway, is that you're kind of going to have 1 foot into the 4th dimension and 1 foot into the 5th. Okay, it's kind of like you kind of want to get out. It's almost as if like the reason why you had such a spiritual crisis is because you feel like your soul's trapped, like you're in a box and you kind of just want to break free. It's kind of like break out of the control booth. Okay, start unplugging everything. Okay, you're opening a door in order you want to go out. Okay, so you want to go into the 5th, and then you can go into the higher ones if you want to have fun like I do sometimes. But I said, some things are a little bit like okay, but I said but it's still fun. So I can, the 5th dimension is beautiful to me too. Opening up, returning to your angelic blueprint. Okay. So that's something that they're explaining, is that this is kind of like the passageway. So everything, it is a destruction of your reality in itself, and everything needs to go for you to be able to shed your layers and to start new. Okay, soul contracts. You want to cancel soul contracts that do not serve the highest for you either. You can do this yourself and start you can actually write if you want to, as far as writing on a piece of paper, this whatever is not the highest for me, whatever contracts, karmic contracts, pain traps, okay, pain traps, booby traps, any type of okay, stop it. Okay, that's fine. Listen, it's just, all right, write this down. Karmic traps, pain traps, booby traps, contracts. You can clear for those too as well. You want your free will and your sovereignty back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can do a clearing on that. That's what you can write it down. Do a clearing. Talk to your higher self. Talk to your oversoul. Honestly, go for the oversoul, everyone. Always go for the oversoul. Bring the oversoul in. You want to take it to your Akashic records. Take it up basically to the Akashic records is what I say, and then you can clear it. I do have some links if you want, as far as learning how to clear soul contracts. Then also you can learn how to create higher contracts through creation work. You can do creation work as far as learning how to activate your Merkaba vehicle. Once you you get the Merkaba vehicle activated, start learning how to consciously create through your heart center. You can program your Merkaba vehicle as far as creating higher contracts and soul contracts for yourself. But the reason why they're explaining this is that please just let everything fall, let everything collapse the way that it's supposed to, and don't take it so personal, so you can go into the higher timelines. Okay.
Yeah.
And open up new doors. All right. And you definitely have to work on your heart center. And I'm just going to say this because it's they want you to get out of pain and suffering. Okay? Any type of pain, suffering, depression, any type of feeling. You want to raise your frequency higher. Laughter, laughing, joyfulness, bringing that fully online, and to raise your frequency and finding your divine innocence and your divine child again. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if I was going to say, you have a really good soul contract with your divine child that's going to be coming online. You want an activation for your divine child that's going to be coming online. You have a great soul contract with the Elohim feline humanoid races that is coming online. You have higher angelics too. You also I know, guys. There's also the Amethyst Order. This is a council that's going to be coming online to help and assist you on your ascension process, but they can also help you and assist you on your Merkaba mechanics. Okay.
Okay.
So like I said, I see you in about 2 years, and I do see this. I see in about 2 years that you have a collaboration of different knowledge, not only from your remembering, but also from different beings that are here ready, and they want to train you for healing mechanics. Okay. Mechanics is basically what it is. Mercury mechanics. Okay. Quantum mechanics, right? Yeah, quantum mechanics. There you go. Quantum healing mechanics. There it is. They're kind of like showing it to me. All right. Awesome. All right. So I'm going
Thank you.
to Susie, I love you so much, and I hope that everything goes well for you, and just you can always ask me anything if you have any questions. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. All right, Rasha.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you. The energy has been really, I don't know. I have no idea. I can feel everything
It's really
now,
high.
even the air. It's very, very high. Yeah. I can't
I
even
know.
sit.
It's very, very high.
I have to distract myself all the time. Oh, thank
I
you.
know. I was sitting here going, it's very that's my daughter, the Yoda.
So
All
sweet.
right. So
Yeah.
for you, give me 1 second because I want to I lost Becky, and I'm going to see if I can get Emily on too, just real quick. And then I'm going to tune into your console. Shopping on Dina Content, Fahiko Shakatino, Fontina, Kiona Kagada, Sean Dinafon, Dinakan, Karifakan Sivako Shadri on Lokoya, Shak for Yakatio on I Tarifokoya, D and the corner Katina Kalkina Kyoko and Dino Kosa, Dino Koshakatina, Kiaka Shakatino ko and Yokiakata. Shofo Diana Fokondaka, the Refantina. Shofo in Dino Konaka Katinaka. All right, so we're going to, oops. Your counsel's funny. They're like, what questions does she have? I said, you're doing very well. That's
Thank
what
you.
they're just like, they're like, what questions does she have?
So many.
they're I know, but they're just very funny. They're kind of well, you know that because I've done a channeling for you that connecting to them. Okay, so they want to ask you, is this for the twin flame? Is this for soul contracts? Is this soulmates?
Soul contract.
For the
soul
questions?
contract.
Because this is
Soul contract.
okay.
With my daughter, husband, and mother, actually.
Your mother's contract is an interesting contract, is what they okay, is what they're saying. That it is karmic. It's from a karmic cycle.
Okay.
You guys tend to get in karmic loops with each other. So,
Okay.
and that's something that okay, they're explaining the karmic loops. Okay. So it's actually quite funny because you're very much alike is what there's different karmic loops and karmic contract. It's a karmic contract, karmic soul contract. Where? Number. Okay. So this is you guys have ancient different how am I going to put this? Okay. You have different incarnations of parallel universe with your mother's higher self, Nibirubian higher self. Okay. So in a sense, you can say it is karmic in itself. Okay. You guys are here to activate each other and help and assist and teach. Okay. Now this is for it's a learning experience for both of you. But it is from a karmic cycle. And it's actually with it's with your higher selves. I can't they're trying to show me the way that it is that it's almost as if the higher selves are the ones that establish these contracts, established for you to come in her vessel, for you to be for her to be your mother. These are planned contracts. They still are considered karmic. There is teachings here, there is activations here, different forms of self-mastery. Okay. Okay. There it's as if it's really funny because the way they show me is that you guys play a lot? Like you guys are very, very happy and joyful.
Yes.
Like, do you play? You guys play all the time. It's almost like the child, very childlike attributes. Okay, but there wasn't such great days either. What they're explaining. There has been some blowouts, is what there has been at certain points in time during your incarnation with her. Okay.
Yeah.
So looking within on both parts, you want to help this is the way that I look at it. It's like you're a star seed that came in to help your mother get up and get out, if that makes any sense, in this incarnation.
Yes.
You came in to help and assist her on a high contract, very similar to one of my contracts to my parents.
Mm.
Yeah, counsel both your parents basically. Is it so in order to help and assist and get them out of a karmic cycle? So it was a really amazing contract, but it's kind of like you're like the elder speaking to your mom, and I think it's very funny because it'll knock her belief systems, there's so much love here, and there is some things that need to be looked at. You can clear in this incarnation, but it's to me it looks very high vibrational, like you guys do have a deep connection and a very strong
Yes.
soul
She's
connection
very
to each
open.
other. And you also, yeah, you have very ancient teachings from different parallel universes and different times, is what they're saying, different celestial lives, like star being lives. Like there was a point, like when the gates were open, things were a lot different. like we pretty much knew what we were, and that we're star beings, and that we are, you know, that we a lot of us, or even our features and stuff, looked a lot different too. So you can call it star beings, but you can call it celestial lives, celestial beings. You have had many different incarnations with her. So it was Nibirubian was probably, okay. The Nibirubian, it's also one that needs to, the certain distortions do need to be cleaned up, that you guys actually can end up doing together. Yeah, it's kind of like you guys are fuels to each other's fire, and it keeps the frequencies really high, is what they're saying. So it is, in a sense, if you want to say, it's saying you have a twin flame union with your mom. It seems like a very heart-to-heart connection. Okay, your husband is a karmic contract. Your higher self says, you know that.
I know, yeah.
And he's like, he does this pointing thing, like looking at you, like, guys, right? This is a karmic contract, of course, because it is karmic. There's lessons that need to be learned. Okay.
Yeah.
The highest honor and respect. Okay, so this is where they're gonna, your belief systems definitely need to change for your, okay, for your honor, for your respect, for the divinity of you. You want to, which I know you have this already, but you want to bring your divinity, your sovereignty, and your free will online. And the reason why it's there's belief systems that definitely need to change, and certain templates that need to be wiped as far as belief systems. What he is doing, and it's for both of you. You have to understand that it's for both of you. It's not just for you, but it's for you guys to pull up what needs to be cleared as far as distortions go. And it's more karmic. It's definitely not it's not the soulmate relationship is what they're trying to say. Karmic twin, there you go. That's fine. Okay, that's what you guys want, how you want to say it. It's order for you to evolve through certain ascension initiations. Okay, and this is what they're explaining. Yeah, it's different lifetimes. You guys have been together in different lifetimes as friends. You were actually his mother. You were his mother. That's kind of interesting. So you weren't actually partners. And this one, you guys are actually partners. That's pretty interesting. The way that they're showing me. Now you have, this is a contract by your higher selves for the evolution process. Yeah, it's pretty much for the ascension process is what they're explaining. If things ever do need to change, then you need to change them. If you know this is a karmic soul contract, in order for you to evolve, the evolution process to connect more heart-to-heart center connections, keep your doors open. You can have heart-to-heart connections with friends too. Okay, it's not just like, I'm not telling you to have multiple partners or anything. If you want to, it's a belief system. You can have a few sacred unions if you want. It's totally up to you, but he's gonna have to get on the ball with that. And I don't really know. Your lyrics, your itself is just.
Funny.
He's like, I don't know. He's not gonna go for that one. Anyways, that's another step in your evolution process. That maybe, you never know. You could always just ask them, honey, let's open the door. See, that's where the belief systems have to change. Okay. because there was a certain point in time where we could have 5 sacred unions and heart to heart connections all at the same time, and there was no limitations to that. There was no distortions, and actually it was very normal. Okay, so okay. I know that. He says that you're going to have to step more into your power in this contract too. It's your power. It's pretty much your power that's being tested. So you're going to have to step into your power with this karmic contract. It's totally up to you if you want to stay in this contract or if you want to cancel the contract. Now you can cancel the contract. You also can repair the contract. If you want to, you can go up the little scale to his multidimensional selves and make a really good contract with one of his higher selves. If you want to say of the higher light side, you want to say that. But you can choose. You can choose a different higher self to establish a contract with. And then I'm just learning about this. So in a sense, you could repair the contract. It's very interesting, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's when that one right there is yeah, it's kind of like your higher self is saying you have choices with these contracts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
How
I
about
have a
with
transmission with you. Now I'm going to move into your daughter's contract. All right, I'm going to connect to your daughter right now. Your daughter has a lot of plugins to distortions of pain bodies that are being pulled up right now. Okay.
Okay.
She's in a frequency of pain and suffering, is what I do see. There's in the internal, and that is, I do see there is an internal deepness of a rooting pain body that definitely needs to be cleared. Okay.
Okay.
You can help
Yes.
and assist her clear this, possibly, most likely on an energetic level. She is, yeah, the way that they're trying to explain it is that she's shut. I don't know if she's shut down, but they're saying that she's plugged in into the Jehovian seals, and which you already know this. They said that you already know that she hasn't unplugged yet. So it's almost as if like
Yes.
she has the shadow, the matrix, the shadow system. Oh my God, the Phantom Matrix system that she's still plugged into
Plugged
at
in.
this
Yes,
time.
I know.
Okay.
Yes.
Your higher self says that it is one of your contracts to get her out.
To get her
Okay.
out, but she
And to
has so
help and
much
assist.
resistance.
It's it. You can do it. She's your daughter. You can do it energetically.
Okay. Yeah,
She will have resistance because, well, I'm not saying that. We can talk about not on a live, but is that your higher self is saying that her resistance. Okay. Your parenting belief systems have to change too. Okay. Her resistance also is certain programmings of belief systems from childhood. Okay. She came in here open. Okay. She did come in here open. She came in here activated. She got shut down is what they're trying to explain. Okay. Now what they're saying is that you have to go within and you have to This is just what he's explaining is that you have to go within and look at the belief systems of your parenting and bring more conscious parenting online. Yes, she has resistance, but she is still connected to you. You can help and assist her energetically for right now. Okay, you can't force her and you can't reprogram anyone, but the way that they're trying to explain is that it's still a responsibility in a sense for you to help and assist her get out. Yeah, you're a light warrior. Okay, so you should know how to do this. If you connect with your Lyran higher self, and I know that you do meditations, and I know the advancement that you're at, you can call them in to help and say, okay, so can you give me an idea how to help her? Right?
Yeah, I've started actually. I've just started, yeah, doing that one, and I've seen big improvement so far. Yeah.
Okay, so it's I know. So you have a beautiful contract with her. She's actually very new here, and they want you to know that. She's come from a totally different star system from you. So she is, yeah, her parents actually let her come in with you because of who you are, because of your path, also because you would be fully awake. You pretty much will be fully awakened. Okay. And it's kind of like your star seed having a star seed, if that's the way that they're explaining it. And they knew you would fulfill your contract with her and you would take care of her. Okay. And it's both of the parents, but it seems like her contract is a little bit more intertwined with yours, if that makes any sense. That it's like just like Katie, that because you're more awake and you're more open, that they were kind of relying on you to clear for her and to get her fully aligned. Yes, and to be that kind of like, if you want to say, guide and assistance in the way, show her. Okay. Granted, they want you to know that it's technically, everyone comes in here with amnesia in itself. Okay, so don't place don't place blame on anything. Let's just get through this. Like, it's kind of like your counselor's like, okay, can we snap to it? You know, kind of with her, you can see it's gonna have to be like an easygoing with her, but her parents gave her to you because they knew that they knew you would fulfill this mission, this contract that you do have with her. Okay. She's absolutely amazing. To be honest with you, she feels like very much an ultraviolet ray and a crystal. We're all crystals, by the way. We really are. If you actually can see, if you can see through the seventh dimension, once you start seeing through the seventh dimension, you should be able to see the crystallization all over your body, and it's actually beautiful. But she has like an ultraviolet ray to her, and very like crystalline, just beautiful. Okay. She's different than you. Like she really is. Like, I think she's more sensitive, she's more feminine, she's more like, yeah, she's very connected to the Christos Sophia. Like, she's just very, you have more masculine higher selves. Like you have that more masculine higher self, and she's complete opposite is what I see. And it's and it's kind of like she's been like struggling since she even came in here. Like, she has, but she's just new, is what they're explaining. So, and it's mostly it's the density. Yeah, it's environmental, and then the density of the planet, and then a few soul contracts that came in that probably weren't for her highest. Okay, so so you can clear this contract, energetically help her, and then you can work on repairing your contract with her too, as well, is the way that they're showing me. Okay.
What's our connection with Yeshua?
All right.
She's so attached to him.
Any other questions?
What's our connection with Yeshua? My daughter's connection with Jesus, Yeshua.
It's her strands of DNA. It's almost as if like it's her generation is like the aspect of her, if that makes any sense. They come from the same soul group. It's a soul group.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. And that's what they're, it's like she knows him. Like she knows his being is what they're showing me. It's kind of like the familiar with each other, but it's mostly it has to do with DNA strands, and also it's a certain it's an angelic races, different DNA strand and angelic races cut from kind of like cut from the same cloth, higher aspect that makes it's kind of like when you go up into the super consciousness and trying to explain to people that once you realize that you are the all, it's kind of it's what they're trying to explain, but it's mostly of a soul group, and I can see they're showing me the clusters of this group.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought as well. Yeah. In about my business, you were talking about what contracts I have, like my business. Should I be selling it next year?
Does she sell her business next year or not? Hold on, they're looking at something. So the answer would be yes. What? Yes. I said in 6 months. So this is technically next year. 6 months. This is on the journey, yeah. But yes.
So there is already a buyer for it.
Oh yeah, they said they're explaining that it's going to it will end up selling quickly.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you want to sell it, and yeah, they'll get it done. You have to start trusting in your higher self. Yeah, you need to start consciously creating what do you want to do new, and also what do you want to do to help and assist as far as humanity goes.
Yeah, I just want to find out which modality,
Okay.
because I want to go continue into healing, right? But I've learned so many different modalities, and actually I really like to do with the light language. So is there the light language? Yeah.
You can do it with the light language, but they're saying more like conscious projects.
Conscious projects, yeah.
Different types of business, different conscious projects that you should be doing. I'm sorry. Later on, you can, if you want to, you can do like healing retreats and stuff like that. But there's I see a conscious project with children actually in your location.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You have a high contract to children in your location where you're at. Okay. So just something to keep that door open. Now you can pull in the creative consciousness of different types of healing modalities if you want to do that. But you're also here for the evolution template, is what they're trying to say, as far as doing a conscious creation or project, as far as maybe a business or some, obviously a business will be involved in order for you to set up for the children in that location.
Okay, like charity, yeah, for the children.
There's so many different, there's different, there's fostering too. See, there's something you could, the way that they're showing it to me is at certain retreats, most likely for children of need, which will be like charity, right? But there's just different ideas, maybe more mindfulness ways. You can incorporate light language and different healing modalities, but you're going to have to let go of all of their belief systems and just do you, if that makes any sense. Like you're going to have to do everything in a whole new way because you're setting a whole new template. It's a like a fifth dimensional template is what you're going to be doing. So all the belief systems of the 3D are not let's say are not going to be involved. So you need to focus on you, and then there's you're going to have to do clearing for certain things like that's interesting. Okay, that's fine. So doing like clearing for judgment, and that just came through. Clearing for judgment. So it could be if you're getting to when you want to start doing what you're doing, and the only thing I can think of it is that it's going to knock belief systems and bring people out of their boxes. So what I feel like is that you're most likely going to be like clearing a template for judgment. So it's pretty interesting in itself, the way that they're showing it. So it's most likely, so sometimes we'll be a vortex and we're clearing karmic distortions within ourselves. So I think it's pretty, I can see the designing of what they're doing when you get there and when you do it. So it's kind of like you'll just know what to do and how to design it and exactly what is it for. Okay. Yeah, it's just they're kind of showing me everything that's going there, how it's going to be, what you're going to do. You're definitely going to have different like mindfulness modalities, different certain things set up, kind of like a healing retreat for children to come to work through certain things, work through traumas. Okay. So
That's resonate.
Yeah, giving that heart vibrational love vibe, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So it's my
Yeah,
heart.
definitely.
My heart now. I felt like I did the ice bath this weekend on Sunday, and I felt like something happened there. Something amazing. I almost want to give up, and I think my higher self integrate with me. I just felt like boom, and then suddenly I was in blissful state.
Yeah.
And I could see the crystal. It was unbelievable.
I feel like everyone's going through that in the past couple days. So
Awesome.
you're not the only one. So it's kind of, and I feel like there's a major heart expansion, but I've had integrations with my higher self, and oh yeah, the higher self will do that if you no joke, no, seriously, when you start hearing your higher self will literally say, no, you need to open your heart back up. And you start going like that, you can feel the closing, and it's like, open your heart back up, like, and the higher self will come in and just like going, no, come on, get back up, listen. So I feel like everyone went through a major expansion in itself. So I go through it a lot because, and I don't say it a lot, but I okay, so it would be a lot because at this point now, when I flux around people that are going through contraction and expansions, or their hearts are shut down, my heart will start to shut down. So it's kind of like this, it's just the star being is starting, the more I pull off my layers and the more I integrate to my star being self, the more it is starting to get a little harder to be here, if that makes any sense. So I can see things, and all of everything will just be like, my heart will just start to go down, close down. And that's like, I call it the freak out star being awakening stage, is when you truly have your star being coming online. It's just like, good, it's like, take me back home. It's like, get me out of there, get me off this ship, it is a ship, by the way. and then definitely a ship. It's an airship.
So what's moving around, swirling is the Merkaba, because I feel like I can't even sit still. It's just continuous.
yeah.
I can feel it.
Oh, no, it's your
Yeah.
Merkaba. That's the Merkaba vehicle.
It's unbelievable.
It'll move
Swirling
around.
constantly.
Have you ever seen? Wait till you advance a little. Wait till you start to advance a little bit more, and you're gonna have amazing experiences. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you should wait till you actually start seeing. You start seeing your councils and your higher selves and Merkaba vehicles around you. Wait till you start seeing their Merkabas. Once you start seeing their Merkabas is actually when you're going to understand what your Merkaba is doing and why do you feel like you're going around in circles or you're like everything's shifting. So if you're able to start seeing their vehicles, the star being vehicles looks like a conscious ship in itself. So you'll be able to see that. And then when they're like teleporting, everything goes, it's like an electrical, it's like an engine ignition, but it's like an electrical system, like the sound of it, and it seems like ringing through the ears, but it's not I'm trying to, it's like a ringing, but it's not a ringing. It's almost as if like you're in this, electrical chair kind of. But when you start, I can hear when my higher selves are teleporting. So I'm like, I'm like, you guys are teleporting. Somebody's teleporting to me because I can hear the frequencies or my higher selves or whatever the hell has been going on the past 2 days where they're like teleporting in and it's really high frequency. Like I can hear the frequency and I'm like, you guys, no. So I'm like, what is going on up there?
It's very intense. It's really intense. You can tag in, yeah?
Oh no, we went into this low dense spot, if you want to say it that, but I think certain things are done on purpose in order for us to go back in. But no, the higher self will literally go and pull you out and keep you going, no, move this way, come on. Shift and move, get up and dance, listen to music. So those are, but it's the wave. So you're doing well. The Merkaba is, your Merkaba is going through an upgrade too. Okay.
Yeah, I can feel it. Very intense.
Yeah, if you want, go to your Merkaba. When you meditate, go into meditation, or when you sleep, set the intention to go to your Merkaba car wash.
Car wash.
Okay. Go get a tune-up.
Okay. Okay.
Go to this star system and go get a Merkaba tune-up. Go to the car wash and go get cleaned. And then activate, definitely start working with your 15-dimensional bioshield. It's a 15-dimensional shield. Okay, the Andromeda will teach you how to do it. So it's you want to work through the 15-dimensional shield, and you can do in clearing as well. So you can clear.
Okay.
So you want to get used to clearing all the time. Because when you go places, you're picking stuff up. Okay.
Yes.
So just be consciously aware of that. All right, I'm gonna move to Emily real quick, and then
thank you so much.
That's it. But I love you, Rasha.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
Hi.
See you on Wednesday for the next class.
How are you doing? Yes. Oh wait. Is it? It's not going to be Wednesday. My next class is going to be on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday is 2 o'clock there, so it's too late. It's 2 o'clock for.
What time is it? 4
o'clock. 4 o'clock here. 4 in the morning.
In the morning?
Yes.
Oh
4 a.m. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do let's just do next Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, writing auto writing. Yeah.
I'll be changing the time.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
lady.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi.
Is it baby? Hi.
Sorry, I don't know. Hold on a second. My friend's baby is crying.
It's okay. Why don't you go
Hear
tend
me?
to the baby? Listen, I made you a light language.
Okay.
Why don't you go? I got you. I have a light language transmission for you that came in.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna try to tell you something, but it's hard to hear you. Can you
It's
hear me?
okay. But
Okay,
I
so
made
I was
you.
gonna
Look
try to
here.
tell you that I moved out of my place today, and I'm kind of might stay with this guy, you know, for a little bit, but I don't know what I'm doing. So, is there anything that I need to do right now, or what? Because I'm kind of like, you know, I had to cut my losses for the place and stuff. So, are you there?
Yeah, but I've already. Okay. So
You could just talk loud because I can't
What?
hear anything. It's so hard to hear right now.
it's okay. So they're explaining at this time that this is a soul contract that you need to go in and you have
I have
will
to
be
what?
canceled. It's going to be a canceled karmic contract, but you still have lessons that you need to learn.
Oh,
Okay?
okay. It's hard to hear you. I
Okay.
can't hear anything.
So I have a light language transmission for you. So I'll give it
Okay.
to you then. Okay? So you can
Okay.
just message me because I don't think you can hear me anyways. So
I
you can
can
just
only hear
message
you
me
a little bit.
or email me.
Can you hear
It's
me
okay.
now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I have a light language writing. So just email or message me or email me and I will send it to you. Okay?
Okay. And is there any
All
message
right.
that, for myself?
That was the message for yourself is that you still have lessons that you need to learn with this contract.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's the reason why this is the reason why you're going back to this contract and it's also for both of you to learn. Okay?
Okay. Is he my twin
All right.
flame?
No, it's a karmic contract.
Oh.
I just don't think I don't think you heard me when I in the beginning
Oh.
that it's a karmic contract. Okay?
Okay. So that means it's going to end. That means.
It's not really needs to end, is that there's lessons that need to be learned in order for you guys to clear your karma.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So it's pretty much it's a looping contract and you already know this. So
Right.
that's what your higher self says is that you need to you have to learn something and he has to learn something and then the contract will collapse is what they're explaining, or you keep going back and then it's kind of like the looping cycle
Right.
over
Okay.
and over again is what I try to explain to people. So it's definitely karmic.
Okay.
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 And that's the reason why I'm pretty much trying to explain to everyone is that if it's a pain trap, okay, you might want to consider looking within and maybe having a conscious awareness of canceling the contract completely. Or
Okay.
you need to keep going back and you have to keep learning over and over again. Okay?
Okay.
So this is where those lessons you don't want to settle for less than what you were, right? You want to
Right.
attract more higher contracts and soul to soul contracts, but a lot of them are frequency matches, and that's where I say you play the game as a reflection for a long time, and then you just bust the mirrors. I'm pretty much in the
Right.
teachings of let's bust the mirrors down and get out of this little prison reflection
Right.
is what I call it, in order to move to a whole different dimension. So in a sense, you don't want to play the game of the matrix system anymore. You want to break out.
Okay.
Yeah. And
But am
that's
I doing good?
this is
Am I doing good at all?
Then go learn what you have to learn, and
Okay.
and I'll talk to you in a few days.
Okay. Love you. Thank
I love
you.
you too.
Okay. Bye.
I love you so much. Bye.
I love you so much. Bye.
Okay. Bye.